What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Damien After Dark. We're back here in my closet and we're going to be breaking down everything Baddies South. We are back with Baddies Season 2, Episode 1. And I have to say that I am a lot more excited and thrilled and enthusiastic for Season 2 than I am Season 1. And y'all going to have to bear with me through this video. I'm a little under the shade tree, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this because this was a really good season premiere. I was really happy with it. But before we get into the season premiere and what I thought of it and all that, for you dusty, dingy, dust bucket ass bitches with no pictures who decide to come under my comments and shit, keep on hating, keep on clicking, keep on typing, keep on yakking because you're helping me in my channel, okay? Because when I did my reaction and review to the Baddies South super trailer, 3 or 4 of y'all dust buckets came into my comments talking about you talk too much, you talk too much, you talk too much. Whose channel are you on, right? Mine, ho. If you don't like it, then step. But better yet, I would like it if you stay and you keep clicking and yakking and running that, you know what, and run my channel up. Okay? That's all I gotta say about that. Because at the end of the day, if y'all notice, look at my title. Reading is fundamental. Some of you hoes don't know how to read. All you do is you can use these two senses, sight and hearing. That's it. But you don't use your motherfucking brain. Use your brain, ho, because I put reaction and review. All right. If you wanted a full reaction video, or better yet, if you just wanted the super trailer, go to Zeus and watch the super trailer. Anyway, that's neither here or there. Let's move on to the review. All right. So the girls are going from city to city in this platinum pink bus all across the South, from cities like Nashville, Houston, Atlanta, and New Orleans, where they're going to be hosting parties in these different cities, meeting the fans, turning up, going to radio stations, yada, yada, yada. We're going to see what they got in store. I'm actually excited for this, and I like that we actually have a theme this season and that we're not going to keep the girls in the house. We're going to actually have different scenes, and what that tells me is that Zeus actually listens. So I'm going to give them A+ for listening, at least a little bit, because they listened to us when we said we're tired of seeing these in-house scenes that are drawn out. Y'all don't take the girls out to restaurants. We don't take them out to events. Really don't really see them do much of anything but be in the house. That goes the same for Bad Boys. The Bad Boys review that I did. We talked about that a lot. So it's good to see that Zeus listened, and this time we're gonna get different things. So Natalie is talking to Jacob. They're in their bedroom, and she's talking about, this new season. She's talking about how the girls from last season were boring, and she didn't bring any of them back this year but Christina. And I was shocked at first because I'm like, oh, Christina, wait, did I miss something? Because I didn't see Christina in the super trailer. I didn't see Christina in the lineup with the girls. So I'm like, Christina's back, what? And they show Christina. They got her an intro and everything. She filmed an intro, and then we later come to find out she's not a part of the show at all. And Natalie says that she ran off with the money. We'll get into that. Natalie said that Christina was the only bad girl who made it onto season 2. And then that's another thing. I was actually excited about Christina coming back. At least we had another familiar bad girl who was going to be around. Even though I'm glad we got all new girls, I kind of was happy to see another familiar face besides Natalie. Even though I'm here for Natalie, but we'll get into that too. So one thing I noticed is Jacob says, he makes the comment, you're married, right? And pretty much tells Natalie, don't be whoring all across the South and making me look bad. That's pretty much what he said, because let's face it, the fans, the people on Twitter, social media, everyone talks about how Natalie makes Jacob look bad on these shows with her behavior. And then Let's not forget all the alleged rumors of Natalie and Jayla, how they be in Dubai, um, doing their thing. And I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking sex workers or escorts. Get it how you live it. If some old man, rich man who owns an oil tycoon across the seas comes and tells me to spread these legs or spread his leg or whatever he wants, and he tell me he gonna run me a bag, I would do it too. But y'all gotta own it. Let's stop acting like we're these fucking Kardashians and we have billions in the bank and we just earned this money overnight on all these shows that we've done. Let's keep it real, ladies. Now, I don't know, all alleged, but Jacob knows. He's letting us know. He's letting us know. Is that just me? Y'all let me know. And I love Natalie. I love Natalie. But I'm gonna call it real. It is what it is. So when Natalie's talking to Jacob about the different people who are coming back, it's obvious, and when she talks about Jayla, it's obvious to me that Natalie does make a lot of the casting decisions. I mean, that's kind of been known, but we didn't really know it. But this kind of makes it proof for me, because she says, I invited Jayla back because during the conversation, Jayla had my back. So it's like, okay, you're inviting these girls back for your best interest, not for the fans' best interest. Because I like Jayla. I'm not going to lie, she's not that bad. However, like, you're picking them based off of friends. Like, they said Natalie did that with Jonathan from Bad Boys. Her and Jonathan were really good friends, so she casted him. Like, real casting directors, real producers don't just cast their friends because they think that'd be good for a reality show. Like, there's processes, there's things that go into this, like psych evaluations, which Persuasion asked in this review, do y'all do psych evaluations? And I'm like, nah, Persuasion, Zeus don't do no damn psych evaluations. She was talking about when Krishan was running them up. We'll get into that. So Ann Moore is a cast member. I wasn't really sure who Ann was before this, but apparently she's famous for putting stuff in her mouth and being an OnlyFans girl. And she says herself that she is a professional cloud chaser. So I guess she'll be chasing clout all season. But she's definitely a pretty ass girl. I'll say that. And then we got Slim and Rolly from One More Chance, which I've never watched it, so this is going to be my first time, but I'm giving these girls a chance because so far what I see I like about them. Slim was given hot country mess during the Super trailer, but now that I get to see her in confessionals when she's done up and she's actually a somewhat really pretty girl, and I could see her being, like, I don't know, maybe runway modeling. Is that a stretch? I don't know. She seems like a really tall, skinny. She gives me supermodel. And then this girl, Rock. I think Rock is going to be one of my favorites, but I'm like, Rock is a lot after what we saw in the first episode. But every reality show needs an antagonist. Every reality show needs somebody that comes in and stirs the shit up, or we have like a season 1, which was boring. So I think that Rock / Krayshawn is going to keep season 2 alive and popping. Even though she's a little all over the place, like very unpredictable, very erratic, like all over the place. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So first of all the girls are meeting in Atlanta. They get on a Sprinter van, and that's when Natalie says that Christina missed the bus. And all of a sudden, I was wondering, I was like, oh shit, so this is why Christina wasn't a part of the Super trailer, okay? Because at first, they're teasing us like Christina's going to be on the show. Natalie says that she missed the bus. And then she says that she ran off with the money. So which one is it? Because at first, I'm like, I just don't see Christina running off with the money. What did you do, Natalie? I mean, is it something that you did? Or, I mean, maybe Christina did run off with the money, but I just don't see it because Natalie said Christina missed the bus. Then she just ran off with the money. Like, I don't know. Maybe Christina did, but I would like to hear from Christina herself and hear what her side of the story is. And I'm sure since this episode has aired, she's going to do a live or something like that. So I'll try to keep y'all updated into the next episode if I hear anything on what Christina has to say in response, or if you hear what she had to say in response, post it in the comments below, so we know what's going on with Miss Christina. Because I would have liked her have been a part of the season. I think she would have been, would have shook it up a little bit. So do y'all think she ran off with it? Let me know in the comments. I feel like Miss Ann was definitely looking for a moment when she decided to ask Bree about the escorting rumors. I definitely think she is putting that professional clout chaser title to work. Because, like, you don't even know this girl. You just met Bree, and would you do that to a stranger? That's just what I want to know. I don't feel like Miss Ann would have done that to a stranger that she just met on the street. Talk about, oh, I heard you, like, whether you know them or not. Like, I heard you, a little birdie told me that you were an escort. You sold your body for money, or whatever she said. I take it as that Ann was just trying to look for a moment and do it for the cameras, which I'm not knocking her, because listen, at some point you've got to work for your check. And she's given us a heated exchange somewhat, or trying to get a heated exchange out of Bree, but Bree wasn't giving her the time of the day, which later backfires on her, and we'll get into that. However, I thought it was like, I'm kind of torn, because at the same time, I'm with a lot of the girls, like, why, Bree, did you not check this bitch? First of all, you heard what about who? You heard what about who? Like, Bree, now they gonna punk you and think you the white girl that they can run over. So I completely understand what the other girls are talking about, but at the same time, it's like, what did Bree do to anybody? Like, I'm just meeting Bree just like some of y'all maybe meeting Bree. I know she was on previous seasons of Bad Girls Club, or a previous season, but I never watched her season. Like I said to y'all before, I stopped watching after the Twins and Jayla's season. I never really watched anymore because Oxygen just wasn't the same. Anyway, so yeah, I just think she was doing a lot to antagonize and almost bully Bree. It is almost high schoolerish. Like, we don't, like, I don't know. I wouldn't do that in real life. I don't think this Ann chick would have done that in real life, because in real life, Ann, let's be real, you would have got the taste knocked out your mouth if you asked a real bitch, I heard you escort for money. Your camera saved you. Okay, so let's see. Krayshawn Rock, she cracked me up. She cracked me up when she said, "We get it, bitch. You a hoe, nasty ass bitch." I'm like, oh my god. I feel like Krayshawn is gonna give me gutta confessionals. I don't know. She's just fucking hilarious. Like, I know she's a lot. I get it. She's a lot, but it's just, I don't know. It was funny to me. So they pull up to the ATL mansion, and then one thing that Rock said was, these bitches act like they never been nowhere nice before. And because, the girls were like, oh, we're here, and Krayshawn's like, these bitches act like they never been nowhere nice before. I live in mansions, I do this. Like, I hate when people get on TV and they do that, because let's be real, 90% of us have never lived in these big, huge, mega mansions before. So of course, when we pull up to it, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be nice. And like, I know Krayshawn probably lived in the BlueFace mansion, but girl, are you really living in mansions every day? Are you paying the mortgage on mansions? Like, maybe she is. I'm not hating on the girl, but at the same time, it's like, I hate when people do that. They get on these shows and they'll be like, for instance, when some of these cast members go on cast trips, they'll be like, oh, well, the accommodations, this ain't the Waldorf, or this ain't the Beverly Hilton, but it'll do. It's like, come on, y'all. Let's be real. Let's be real. Y'all gotta stop that shit. Stop that shit. So when the girls get in the house, they all get in there, and it's almost like Natalie is like the host of this show or something. Like, I don't know. I just wish, like, she told the girls, you know, one rule, don't break shit in this fucking house. Like, she's trying to obviously establish, like, I'll run this shit. This is my show. But at the same time, like, it's giving, like, Shawnee O'Neal Basketball Wives, where the girls have to just, like, really, they can't go for Natalie in a way, except for Krayshawn, because I feel like she's really unpredictable, and she's not going to be afraid of Natalie during none of this shit. And I almost feel like Natalie's afraid of her based off of what I was watching during episode 1. Or not, maybe not even afraid of her, but just like Natalie doesn't try it with her as much, I've noticed. She pipes down for her a little bit more, I feel like. But for me, like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the girls are going to be intimidated by Natalie in a way. Like, in a way, I wish she would have stepped back and stayed in her producer role for season 2 and just let these girls have their shine. But that goes to show, like, some people can't do both. They love the spotlight so much, but of course you want to get that executive producer credit too, so you can rake in more money. But she's gonna make sure Natalie's probably gonna be on every single season of Baddies. But I mean, maybe it'll work out. Maybe it'll be good. We'll have to just see. We'll have to just see. Because the one thing Natalie does is she does bring good TV. I'll give her that. Sometimes she could do too much, but I mean, I like her for the most part. Besides when Sarah released those audios about her, I kind of thought a little bit different about her, and we'll get into that as well. So Natalie says there's only 6 rooms in the house. Only 6 rooms. Girl, are you kidding me? This big ass fucking house, I'm looking at it like 6 rooms? There's no way. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's a lot smaller on the inside than what it looks like on the outside, because y'all know Zeus loved to buy these big ass homes. You remember Baddies last season? Hell, they had to share, one of them had to share a room on last season in that house, so like it had 200 rooms. They got a lot of these girls on bunk beds. Like, 2 of the rooms have 2 sets of bunk beds, and I'm like, now, come on, Zeus, y'all could have got these girls their own room. That shit. I know on Bad Girls Club they shared rooms. However, like, a lot of people tell me, like, we can't compare it to Bad Girls Club, and one thing I learned is that we have to let the era of Bad Girls Club go, because a lot of us as fans still stick to that. And if you're like me, I compare Baddies a lot to Bad Girls Club. I keep like trying to compare, like, well, they're not doing this like BGC did, but I have to remember, like, we have to let Bad Girls Club go, because there'll never be another. Nobody can create anything like it. It had its own footprint, blueprint, whatever you want to call it. And we have to let Baddies be a new generation of something. I don't know. Let it find its footing. Let it find its way. But I know for me, I keep comparing. Anyway, back to the bedroom whole situation. For me, I'm not no bougie bitch. We only staying in this mansion for one fucking night. I don't care to sleep on a bunk bed for the night. I really do not care. But some of these girls, you know, they're divas. They got to have their own bedroom, their own bathroom. I understand. I would like to have my own bathroom too, but let's be realistic. We're on the road. We're filming a TV show. Let's do the job. Let's get the job done. But at the same time, these create dramas. These create storylines. I don't have a fucking bedroom. People get pissed. So I get it. So the girls are starting to get annoyed with Rock. And what's crazy is you can tell that there's a huge age difference in these girls. And especially with Rock's behavior, you can tell she's a lot younger than these girls, because let's be real, most of these girls are like 28 to 38, with the exception to Krayshawn Rock. She's 21 years old. So she's really giving old school, young, fresh Bad Girls Club days, when the girls would be real young. But most of these other girls are OG bad girls, or girls who were on shows years ago, and aren't as old as Krayshawn or Rock. Now, I may be wrong. Somebody let me know in the comments. Slim may be younger than what I'm thinking, but if I'm not mistaken, most of these girls are a lot older than Krayshawn, a lot older than Rock, because she is like a firecracker. She's, I mean, wow. She's got a very polarizing personality, but it's set to be a entertaining season with her around. I'm telling you. And Persuasion is gorgeous to me. Her, Annie, Jayla, they're really pretty to me. Really, just really gorgeous girls. So Natalie, Jayla, and Persuasion, they're talking, And Natalie tells them about how Rock is going to be a lot to deal with, how they feel like they're going to have to babysit her. And then Natalie proceeds to show them a video of how when they were on the way here in the airport, Rock pulled the fire alarm. And she shows a video of the fire alarm going off and people in the airport staring at them. And I'm just like, oh, hell no. See, I would have told old girl, you got to pack your bags and get your ass home because, like, now you fucking with some federal shit. We in the airport. Y'all know you can't do that in no airport. And let it be the one time I'm trying to sneak a blunt through the airport or something. I'm trying to have me, you know, a little one put back, and then you pulling fire alarms and shit, and you got the canines coming up, and you got the law coming up, this thing. That's just too much. Like, Rock, that was too much. I feel like if that, like, a real production company, had that been Bravo, had that been Oxygen, and you was going on BGC or something, they probably would have sent your ass packing back home, baby. Like, that's a liability in a way. It worries me. It's a liability. Oh shit, my computer died. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So we were talking about Krayshawn / Rock, as we call her. Natalie was showing Persuasion and Annie this video, or Persuasion and Jayla, I'm sorry, this video of them in the airport and how she pulled the fire alarm. And then she shows her a video of this girl laying on baggage claim. She just riding the baggage claim around, like, and Persuasion or Jayla suggests that she's touched, as they call it, that the girl is seriously something wrong with her. I don't know, is there, or is she just have a wild personality? I don't know, we'll have to see. But she is very unpredictable. She is very, you gotta walk on eggshells around that girl. I can already tell, and we ain't even through the first episode yet. That's when Persuasion asked if Zeus did a psych evaluation. No, they didn't. They have a psych evaluation. This is what I do, like I said earlier, one thing I do like about Krayshawn, though, is I feel like she gonna test. I'm surprised her and Natalie aren't gonna go at it this season. I don't know if they do or not, but y'all know how Natalie is. And this girl just don't look like she gonna put up with none of that shit. But I do love that I haven't seen, a lot of these girls before. So it's already gonna be better than last season. I can tell. And I love the multiple cities idea, like I said earlier. The bus is super cute, and the theme, you know what this gives me? Do y'all remember Rock of Love? On VH1, they had a show called Rock of Love Bus, where Bret Michaels went on a tour, and he had these girls who were trying to compete for his love. And it was entertaining as fuck watching these girls get drunk on this bus and just fight and shit. So I feel like this is what this show is almost giving. So we're gonna see. I'm here for it. Slim is thinking, she's talking about, I'm so grateful for Natalie for this experience. We all should be thankful for Natalie for giving us the platform. And I'm like, oh, Slim, baby, you're just so naive. Bless your heart, sweetheart. You are so naive. You don't have a clue what you're getting yourself into with Miss Natalie. Yes, she's giving you a platform, baby, but that platform comes with a price. And you're going to pay for it sooner or later if you hadn't already. So we get a message come across the screen that says the producers need to have an emergency meeting with Natalie. Like something so serious has happened. Come to find out, the producers tell Natalie, Sarah has contacted us and she wants to speak with you. And I'm like, now Zeus, y'all know good and damn well Sarah has not contacted them. I just don't buy it. I told y'all that in the super trailer review. I don't buy it one bit that Sarah contacted these producers and said she wanted to talk to Natalie. Now, I do think that Zeus contacted Sarah and they said, hey, we need you. Come get this money. And then, therefore, we got a storyline. We've got an episode that we can draw out for 1 hour long. We can bring Sarah back, her and Natalie fight. We can give the viewers something because they know that I can already hear Natalie now in the boardroom meetings. The fans want to see the fights. The fans want to see fighting. So, they know they can bring Sarah back and have Natalie try to jump on her, which she did and she missed. And it is what it is. We'll see what happens with that. But I feel like do y'all feel otherwise? Y'all think Sarah really contacted them? I just don't feel like she did. I mean, because I know how these producers can be. I know. They be contacting people just to get some shit going because you need some stuff, right? Natalie says She wants to understand, in a way, why Sarah betrayed her. Maybe those things that you said in the audio. Because, I mean, listen, if Natalie has done and said a quarter of the things, I mean, if you think about what we heard, if you think about the things we heard in that audio that Sarah released last year, that's probably only a quarter of the things that Natalie does and says. So, I mean, in a way, like, I could see why she finally turned against Natalie, because Natalie turns on people left and right, and she was like, I'm gonna get you before you get me. And I think, Natalie, you just mad because Sarah got a hold of the gun first, and she got you first, you know? And then you got real mad about it, because when she released those audios, I think that's what really pissed Natalie off at the end. Anyway. Rock says at one time when they start toasting, you bitches just want to toast for TV, phony baloney, whatever. That was one of my favorite little quotes of the season so far. You bitches just want to toast for TV. They're all in the kitchen, and Natalie calls Annie and someone else a newbie. I forgot who else she was. She's like, y'all are the newbies, and we're the OGs. And Annie snaps back. And I keep calling her Annie. Her name's Ann. I'm sorry, Ann. And Ann snaps back. She's talking about how she's not a newbie. She's an OG. She'll go toe-to-toe with any of these girls. She'll check you if she has to check you. And then that prompts Rolly to bring up, you know, Bree, why did you not check this girl when she came for you in the bus? This girl straight up told people that you sucked dick for money and made you tell your story when you weren't ready to tell your story. So why did you not buck up and say something back, Bree? Here we go with this again. And just like I said earlier, Bree should have read Miss Ann down for filth and gave her the business. You don't let her talk to you like that. But you know, I don't know. Either Bree was high in that moment and just smoked a blunt and she was just in her zen mode, or she's just timid and she lets folks run over her. But I don't think that's Bree. I really don't think that's Bree. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt with this one. But, I mean, I get that she should have checked her, but at this point, it just feels like bullying from these girls. Like, okay, we get it. If anything, y'all should have checked Ann for coming at her like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting mad at her for not checking herself and doing street code, which she should have, checked the girl back. Why didn't y'all get mad at Ann and say, why the fuck are you getting in this girl's business like this? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I have a good heart. I don't like seeing people being bullied. So Jayla says, if anybody has any more issues before we get out on the road, let's air it out right here. Let's clear it out. Y'all put your issues out right here and let's talk about it. Yada, yada, yada. And Miss Rowley, she decides that she's going to be the bone collector for the season. She's going to be the shit stirrer. She's going to stir it up real good. And she's going to say, who is the one that had the problem with Krayshawn being dirty? Because some of the girls have been complaining about Rock being messy and dirty around the house. So Rolly decides to bring that up. And I'm like, okay, either Rolly is being a good, messy reality star and working for her check and bringing up what needs to be brought up just to create some shit, or the producers put her up to that. One of the two. Either way, it got some shit going. It really lit the flame. Because when she does that, that's when Rock speaks up and she's like, yeah, who did say that? Who did say I was dirty? I want to know who did say it. And then Miss Persuasion, sitting up on that sink, girl, sitting on that sink was your worst decision so far this season. You should not have been sitting there, because Miss Persuasion said, well, you do leave your things laying around or something like that. And then all of a sudden, before we know it, we get a Jonathan. And lo and behold, Rock washes the dishes with Persuasion. Literally watched this girl all in the sink and said, you thought I was dirty? Well, I cleaned you up now, bitch. I'm like, oh my God. This is episode 1. This is episode 1. And we already washing dishes with bitches. Like, what the fuck? This is already episode 1. Now, Rock, why you gotta do Persuasion like that? Now, come on. We went Bad Girls Club in 1.5 seconds. Like, I ain't never seen no shit like that. And it came out so quick. Like, it came so fast. Anyway, so that episode ends. And so far, you know, I give the episode 1 premiere about an 8. I really do. It wasn't that bad. And seriously, comparing from what we saw from Baddies ATL so far, they're doing a good job. We have storylines that are forming. We have big personalities. We have new personalities, people that we've never really seen before in this baddie space before with these type of girls. So I really do think we're out for a good season. I hope that Zeus listened to a lot of our comments and things that we had to say when it came to last season and the concerns, because it was a shit show. So I do think that this season is going to be a lot better, just as far as the casting, being on the bus and going city to city. We're going to have different places for them to be and be seen at, different settings, hopefully different storylines. We're going to see a lot. I'm really excited. Looks like there's going to be a fight going on in every episode. You know, I think it's going to be shaping up to be a good season. So Zeus, don't fuck it up. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. How did you feel about the season 2 premiere? Do you like the concept of them going city to city on this pink bus? Are you thrilled about the casting decisions? And what did you think about Krayshawn washing the dishes with poor persuasion there at the end? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear everything that you have to say about this new season. I'm really excited to break it down for you each and every Sunday night, and I'll see you back next week with the Baddies South episode 2 season 2 breakdown. I love you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.